the Met Gala. The Met Gala is, in my humble opinion, a metaphor for the current state of society, the current state of modern society, and the delusional nature of, and just confused and just kind of stupid state that we're in as a society. Now, obviously, we've all heard there's a lot of thoughts and opinions about the Met Gala, and you know how they're spending all this money and they're flaunting their wealth and it's like the Hunger Games. But I want to go slightly deeper than what has been said, at least what I've been seeing has been said already, and talk about where our part to play in all of this in society is, right? Because as I say to you guys all the time, the power is with the people. It doesn't matter who's in power. It matters about the people and how the people in power and the power and the people in power and the people are relating to each other, right? Because how do people get in power in the first place? It requires people. Even if you do it with force, to do it with force, you need an army. If you're not doing it with force, you need to be voted. You need something. You need a platform, which is one of the most powerful things that we can do today, and that we do actually do today, is giving people a platform. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, the camera looked a bit crooked. Anyway, one of the most powerful things that we've done in society today is, now that because of social media, because we all have phones, we all have this and we all have that. But prior, it was a lot more important for us to show our power with our money. Again, money is another power that we have. If we all decided today that we were never going to spend money at McDonald's ever again, collectively as a people, McDonald's is done. McDonald's isn't just rich just because, and it was just some like extended over there thing that we're just subjected to. No, it is the business that it is, and it is the success that it is because we, the individual person, walk ourselves there, buy off of Uber Eats, wherever you order your food from, whatever. And that is why the business exists, right? Now, I'm not saying this to immediately make anybody feel bad. I'm saying this to highlight the fact that the power is always with the people. And that is one of the greatest things I feel like the kingdom of darkness has hidden from us, even though it's hidden in plain sight. Because think about the Met Gala, for example, right? Now, I find it all very interesting. So I discovered that the person who chooses who gets to go is Anna Wintour, who is like the chief executive, the CEO, I believe, of Vogue. And I also didn't know that the movie The Devil Wears Prada was all based on her. She seems to be a very interesting character that I may have to circle back and do a whole video about. But just to say that the event itself is super pretentious, right? They pay like $75,000 to get in unless you're invited, and you have to pay, I think it's like $300,000 per table. And what happens is these big designer brands book these tables and then invite whichever celebrity they want to show off their look. And for me, this year, it just tipped me over the edge. Actually, we'll come back to that in a second. And all this money, by the way, they're saying it's all donated. It's donated to the, I think it's like, I don't know what it's officially called, but it's in New York, a Metropolitan Institute of Fashion or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but all the proceeds go to there. So again, it's just feeding back into itself, realistically. So they're saying that the money is all donated to what, but it's like donated to where? Because that was my question as well. I was like, we're saying it's donated, but donated to what and where? So anyway, what was I saying? How have I lost my thought track already? What was I saying? Hold on. Yes. So in essence, the Met Gala is just an opportunity for the richest and most famous fashion designers to show off whatever random creation that they wanted to. Now, as a creative, I respect it. I would love to have the opportunity to put out whatever form of artwork that I want to and make so much damn money from it. Love that from them from that perspective. But from our perspective as the people, in a society where we are complaining about things like cost of food, cost of petrol or gas, wherever you're from, in a society where we're struggling, in a society where we're struggling to pay the bills, living from paycheck to paycheck, where we can't even afford to even dream of owning things that are far cheaper than the stuff that they're wearing on that place. Why are we giving them so much attention and then still complaining about our day-to-day issues? Because like if you're comfortable in your situation, knowing that you, by just drawing your attention, just purely by drawing your attention, our attention and where our attention is being drawn to is so important. Because think about it. Think about how Mark Zuckerberg got rich in the first place. Mark Zuckerberg did not get rich because he had all this money that was coming to him from his platform. Mark Zuckerberg got rich and powerful because it was the number of people that he had on his platform. The sheer fact that there's that many people was what made it monetizable for him. And that's how he gets rich. Because now people that want access to people, for whatever reason, who do have the money, now can just pay him in some way to gain access. That could be through ads, that could be through other sinister things. I think we all know that they're doing, definitely listening to everything and we're doing and saying, despite pretending that they're not. And so us as a society, we can't keep complaining about the state of the world or like how our lives are, or feeling sorry for ourselves, or wondering what we're going to do when we spend so much of our time. Like, I look at the world like this. The Kingdom of Darkness is absolute genius, right? Because what they do is they get you into their systems. They put you through the education system, right? Which is like a factory to make you workers for their big businesses. Because do you think these big businesses that exist, they have to think about the easiest way to like visualize this. Just envision how many times you get Amazon delivery or something like that. In order for Amazon to be what it was, somebody has to sign up to do the job. Somebody has to sign up to pack the packaging. Somebody has to sign up to drive the deliveries around. Somebody has to sign up to be on the customer service online. Somebody has to sign up to keep updating the stocks on the system. See, all of these are jobs. So do you think that it's more beneficial to put you through a system where you come out the other end and then you decide that you want to do something for yourself, like maybe have your own trade business? Maybe you're a carpenter, for example. I always think of carpenters because of Jesus. Maybe you want to be like a carpenter. Maybe you want to make clothes. Maybe you do want to work in a company, right? But you're not even considering what type of company, what you would work for, because all you're thinking about is these big companies. And I find it so fascinating that we see getting a good job these days is like, it's not like, oh, locally, you know some people that are running a certain type of thing and you could get a job there. You could make a good, decent amount of money if you all came together as a community. It's, let's go work at JP Chase. Like, because that's obviously when I was studying, it would be all these big, huge companies that would be the ones that's like, if you guys want to get a job at JP Chase, if you guys want to get a job at GlaxoSmithKline, like all these big companies, they need us to function, because it's these same companies that then are screwing us over. We end up in the jobs there where we're not being paid very much. They're being paid everything and anything as what they want to do, right? You're not being paid as much as you could be, or maybe you're getting a decent enough pay because you got into JP Chase, while he takes the fruits of your labor to go and chill on Epstein Island. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then we wonder why we're depressed. Then we'll take ourselves into these jobs that we've been groomed in schools to do, not groomed to think for ourselves, groomed to be in somebody else's business, right? To work for somebody else, to be in somebody else's vision, to be in somebody else's dream, to build somebody else's empire. And then we, after that, we then go and spend all of our time in the entertainment industry, which again is monetizing our attention. So while we're here brokely eating the same McDonald's, like, which again is keeping McDonald's open, which is again why McDonald's is so big and one of the biggest landowners in the world, right? Or is it in the world or in the West? Probably in the West. Let's not say the world, because the world is a big place. Yeah, let's say the West, right? Because again, they have a genius business model. What is their business model, you might be asking? Well, what they do is they buy plots of land, then they offer people to create a franchise. And so what you then do is you then pay rent to lease the land that McDonald's owns. So they make money. The money that they actually make, I believe they actually care about, is the money they get from the franchisees. So you as a person running a franchise, you're now responsible to make the McDonald's work. You're the one who has to reach the targets. You're the one who has to match all the requirements of the franchise. So they know now it's all your problem. And on top of it, it's also your problem to pay us as McDonald's the price for the lease to rent the land or whatever. Genius. It's genius. I can't even be mad at it because it's actually genius. I can only be mad at us for just allowing it. So yeah, you go to your job that you've been groomed to do. Your spirits were broken in school and you were told that this is all you have to be in to go and get a good job, right? You know, they don't emphasize learning a skill. They don't emphasize learning a trade. They don't emphasize finding what you're significantly good at and how you can use that to build a brighter community. We can all work together as a community, bringing our skills and stuff together. No, go and take all of that and go come in and work for us, hate your life, hate every Sunday, be dreading Monday through Friday, be thinking about Saturday comes, you've got like barely any time to see the people you need to see, do your laundry, do your chores, do your weekly clean, like deep clean of the house, do barely anything, have barely any time to yourself. It's Sunday again, you're already dreading work, ironing the stuff, this, that, and the other, doing it again, over and over again, getting the equivalent of 6 weeks off. And after work, what are you doing? You're going to their big businesses, you're spending your money there, you're listening, you're watching their TV programs, you're bringing attention. You're going and bringing attention to all the things that they're doing. You're spending your money in all of their businesses. And so it's literally like they're just they're giving you the money to give back to them. That's like what the Met Gala to me represents. They're giving you the money to give back to them. They're doing all of these things, right? And it's because of what we do with them. It's because we platform and we focus on people like Kim Kardashian, that Kim Kardashian now, her outfit was ridiculous. Her outfit was like, I saw that she was saying, obviously the dress and whatever, and don't get me wrong, I think a lot of the artistry is beautiful, don't get me wrong. I'm not against the artistry. The artistry is truly beautiful. That's why I get why we all want to like comment our thoughts on the Met Gala and what we thought of everybody's outfits, because I get it. Like they do look, like the outfits are nice, a lot of them. Some of them are just weird. Some of them are beautiful, right? Tell me why Kim K, because of her dress and the dress she had to wear, the heels she had, right? She had these like stripper heels, right? And like, they didn't have a heel. It was just the front part. So she had to walk on her toes the whole time, because basically the risk of having the heel based on the shape of the dress was that if she had a heel, she might step on the back of her dress. So she's just walking on her tippy toes the whole time. Then it was like, who was it? Was it Camila Cabello? Or who was it? Was it Camila Cabello? Who was it? Who had a handbag made of ice. And so they had just a rose in a block of ice, and that's what they were walking around with. And I'm just like, and then we're drawing all this attention to them. They can continue to do it because it's monetizable for them. It's monetizable in so many different ways, because then people can make videos like, get ready with me for the Met Gala, get ready with me for this. I'm wearing so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, right? And it just adds to the pretentiousness of it all. It adds all this attention, and that's what we do. We give them all this attention. Like a lot of the times we complain about stuff, but how about just not give it any attention at all? That's why there's a lot of people that I'm against, that I don't speak about. Because like the more we talk about it, the more that they're going to monetize that. That's why the best way to monetize these days is actually through hatred. It's actually through hatred. It's actually through hatred, because people, who is it who said this? Somebody was talking about how on Reddit, this guy was saying about when it comes to certain things, the best way to get the right answers for something is if you just ask people because you want to know the right answer. People won't even really respond. But if you so somebody basically then makes another account and purposefully writes the wrong answer on their own question, and everybody's flooding in to correct, because everybody wants to correct you. If you do something that upsets people, or like this other guy was talking about how he purposely does these things in his videos where he says the wrong thing, or he'll like calculate something incorrectly, or he'll spell something incorrectly, whatever. Because why? Because everybody's going to talk about it now, because everybody's going to draw attention to it. Everything that's negative. Or like I see this happen all the time with lots of people, where they'll do something destructive that upsets people a lot. And they'll keep doing it because everybody's going to love getting involved with it, right? Everybody wants to get involved. Everybody wants to comment. Everybody wants to laugh at you. This is one of the ways that I think the sidemen are genius in their humility, because one of the things I know about the sidemen, and that's actually why I respect them highly, is they don't care about the public opinion. They don't care that people are laughing at them and saying, how can 30-year-old men be making videos about this? And how can 30-year-old men be doing this and that? All they do is just stupid stuff. They don't do real work. Well, guess what? They're getting rich, baby. While you're there in the comment section, adding to their views, watching all of their times, clicking on to see what they're doing, writing underneath their clips, all of that. While you're there laughing as if they're the laughing stock, you're the laughing stock. You are, because they're getting filthy damn rich. They're releasing a new product every other day. They've got Side Plus. They've got all this food. They're all diversified into whatever. They're all getting married, having kids. They're living great lives. They were paying like 120K. They paid, I think, for whose wedding was it? I think it was Simon and Natalia's wedding, right? They travel whenever they want. And actually, they're actually having the last laugh because they're getting paid to just do silliness. I haven't even watched the most recent Sidemen Sunday, but it's like Sidemen 24 hours in a haunted house. They can monetize it. They can sign off all that stuff as expenses. So while you're here complaining about your taxes, You're here complaining about having to pay tax to the government. Again, paying tax on money. And we all know that we're all being taxed because then you still pay tax there for this tax and that tax. You're the laughing stock, not them. That's why when people are laughing at them in the side, we're like, oh my gosh, KSI is such an idiot. Imagine like being KSI and this. Because there was like one video and it was hilarious, right? It was Among Us video of Sidemen. And I was really paying attention to the comments. I always do because I find it funny to see what people say, right? And again, like I said, the Sidemen are smart. They're humble enough to say, we're getting so rich and we're doing so successfully. We have people, we have each other, we have families, we have businesses, we're thriving. Who cares if you're laughing at us? Who cares what you and your little comment with your Pokemon icon and your user 37589 name? Who cares what you have to say? You're the one who's broke complaining about taxes. I'm the one writing everything off on taxes. I'm the one who's creating the ultimate gaming room of all time with every single thing that I could possibly want ever in there. I'm the one who's going on holiday every 3 minutes whenever I want to because I can. I'm the one who's not batting an eyelid. I'm KSI and I decided, I ordered a Coke, but I decided to tip the Uber driver £100 anyway. And somehow they're the laughing stock. That's what I find so fascinating about society, and why society is actually delusional. Yeah, it was this Among Us video because, KSI was, and I truly believe that KSI has mastered, he's way more intelligent than he gives off. And he's realized that the best way to monetize himself is to just not take himself seriously, because then everybody laughs at him. And because society loves so much to laugh at people or to judge people or sit as the courtroom. What did I say I was going to call society? Not the corrupt jury. I should call society the delusional jury. Or something jury. I have to think about it, right? And so he was struggling to do one of the tasks on the game on Among Us, and it was really funny. I cried of laughter, and I watched it back about 10 times because it was so funny, right? People in the comments like, this is the man entrusted with so much money. Can't believe this is a millionaire. Can't believe this. And it's like, exactly, you can't believe it because you don't have the smarts, because you're so deluded yourself. You don't realize that everything you're doing is exactly why he's a millionaire. You don't realize that the fact that you love laughing at somebody else so much and drawing so much attention to somebody else, whether it's positive or negative, is exactly why they are where they are. So it's exactly why he's actually the genius and you're actually the idiot. You're actually the idiot. That's why I watch the Sidemen. I respect them. Actually, I respect them for mastering the art of not caring what anybody thinks and realizing that outrage, disappointment, being somebody that people feel like they can judge. Yeah, that's the key. That's the key to getting people upset. Like how they're always like, oh, we're so lucky. It's like, they're not lucky. They work really hard. They've been working for years. Vicstar used to upload 3 videos a day, every day. Simon Minter uploads, I think, every single day on like 4 different channels. He's got main channels, side channels. They do their own channels. They're on their own channel. They have a system of how they upload their videos every week. And they always do a Sidemen Sunday. They've never missed a Sidemen Sunday since 2018. And these are huge productions with massive amounts of people working on them. They have 4 channels in total. They all have assigned numbers of videos that they need to do for each channel every week. It's all very organized. Actually, it's a lot of work. Actually. So when people say that they're lucky, I'm like, again, deluded. You're the idiot. Because you yourself can barely even get your own life together. You yourself struggle to even just follow instructions when you have to go to a job where you're being told what to do and you're incompetent at your job anyway. And these guys who are not even being asked to do what they're doing are doing it from themselves. If you've never had to work for yourself, try doing that. Try picking up anything for yourself. Try even just picking up a hobby and sticking with it and saying, I'm going to do this every day, every week, 3 times a week for a year. And see how much more difficult it is to actually do something for yourself. But it's good. Do you know why the celebrities, they don't say anything, the influencers? Because guess what? Your outrage is just as good as your support. In fact, outrage is even better. I find that myself. People will write longer comments when they have something negative to say than when people have something good to say. People will pay attention and watch more of the video when they don't like what you're doing than they will when they do like what you're doing. I've seen that for myself. It's crazy. I'm like, wow. Usually the paragraphs, majority of the time, it's always somebody who's upset, and there's timestamps. 2:18. You said for this. I'm like, wow, you have done like a thesis on what you're upset about my video about. That is the greatest thing to monetize. You're the deluded ones. Society is so stupid at this point. And we're all sheep. We're all just run along with it. Whatever's happening. It's like this is the popular thing. Like I was thinking about the fact that like people will judge somebody. So I could come on here and I could boldly say something like, make a video and say, guys, I really like to have I'm going to try and think of something that people will find offensive. I really enjoy having, let me think. I need something really, really offensive to society. I'm trying to think. Okay, this is good. I like dipping my steak in buttercream. In vanilla buttercream. I want to dip my steak in vanilla buttercream. Now, in society, it's going to go one of two ways. Either everybody's going to hate it, right? And then you can gain traction for that. And everybody will herd along like, oh, that's disgusting. You'll never do it. Or everybody will herd along like the little sheep that we all are, right? And it goes viral. Because this is why I find it so funny. Every time that food things go viral and people are like, have you seen the viral such and such? I'm like, are you guys just that uncreative? Because like I, as somebody who likes to cook, right? I'm open to trying anything because who knows? Everything has different balances. I'm not somebody who thinks in a small little box. I'm not offended by like people trying things out or trying something different. I might as well just try it and see what it's like. So people will like jump on all of a sudden because it went viral because one influencer did it and other people try. Now it's viral. Now everybody's going to have steak and buttercream. And it's just as simple as that. It's not that it's right or wrong. It's not that whatever. It's just wherever society decides to sway, wherever they're all going to herd over together in hatred. We're all going to herd over together in support. And now it's the viral this. Like, I can't tell you how irritated I feel when I hear, oh, the viral this, the viral that, of stuff that's like, bruh. Well, this is how we are. This is how we are. This is how we are in society. And then we'll sit there, we'll see these things like the Met Gala and all these, that and the other. And then people are upset like that girl, Hailey Bailey's her name? I can't remember. And her whole let them eat cake malarkey. What are you upset about when you're the same person platforming everybody? You're the same person platforming all these other people that you're upset with. You're the one doing it. It's us doing it. Don't draw attention. Scroll away. Find something else. And the best part of this is you'll have opportunities around you in your own life, people that you know that you could be investing in, things you yourself could be doing for yourself. And you rather sit there bitter on social media, hatred and all of that, than you would just doing something for yourself. Using it as I think when you see stuff on social media, that's your opportunity for inspiration. You go off and you go and try that. But instead, you'll angrily be wondering why you're broke, while you're spending your whole life there underneath people's comment sections, commenting and complaining about stuff. Like one of my favorite couples, and I love them because they're actually a Christian couple and their story is really precious, like how they met, and they're a really lovely couple. But the reason why they've got such a big platform is obviously no one watches long form content. Again, this is a big issue in society. This is why I'm not going to I will be making more short form content because I do think it's good to have variety, but I will never stop making long form content because I'm not going to pander to a weakening society because we're just going to keep getting weaker. And I as an adult, I love long form content. I mostly watch long form content. I'm quite happy to sit for a 2-hour, 3-hour video. Love it. In fact, I'm often disappointed at the end of 2-hour, 3-hour videos. So when people are like, oh, your video's half an hour, it's a bit long, I'm like, you scroll on ahead and go and find the rest of the new week sheep of the world, right? Right? The sheeple. The sheeple. The powers with the sheeple. That's what the title of this video should be. The powers with the sheeple. Right? And so, sorry. Literally, right? So there's this couple. I've got so many examples, and I'm going to tell you guys about what one of the biggest social media agencies in this country said is what they do in order to gain money for their influencers, right? But first of all, so this couple, right? I can never remember their names, but they outrage everybody because in every single video they go out to eat. She asks him for a bite of his food. And then she either tries to take all of his food, eats all of his food, eats an unreasonable amount of his food, whatever it is. And then everybody's outraged in the comments. Now, I'm like, they've been doing this for like how long at this point? Have you not realized that they clearly are doing it because you keep but people are so blinded by their bitterness and their hatred. This is why people need healing. We really need Jesus because you're so blinded by your bitterness and your hatred and probably you feeling like you hate when women do this or you hate when this or you hate when whatever, right? That you're there commenting and they are thriving. Then you go to their long form content, it's like, how we met and fell in love in church. Gender reveal, you know, they're thriving. They're getting, they're succeeding because you are here bitter in the comments section. You're here bitter with your power. You're taking your power and you're putting it in the wrong place. You're putting it in the wrong place. Heck, make the same kind of videos. I would fake it. If I was a lot of couples out there, I would just fake it. And in fact, the smart ones say that's what they do in this agency. You guys need to watch this documentary. It's by Chloe Burrows. It's on Channel 4. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, she says, I faked my relationship online. And basically what she did is she was like, we want to see how much money we can bring in just simply from creating a fake relationship and the outrage that's going to happen if for certain things happening. And lo and behold, her and this guy, another influencer, came together, both been on like these like Love Island, like what's the other one? Too Hot to Handle, I think is where he was from. She's from Love Island. And they just took like 3 photos. They just took a bunch of photos on one day. So I want you to think about this. They hire a photographer to take photos of them in 3 different locations on one day. Now, they made it look as if it was 3 different days because the photos were leaked on 3 separate occasions throughout the week. First day, the photos were leaked because of the people's obsession and the paparazzi and the tabloids. Within 2 days, they're already getting offers from brands for money. The guy was saying, the leader of this agency who's worked with a lot of these influencers was saying that whenever they're losing traction, he encourages them to get into a relationship and just fake it all. Fake the breakup. He was talking about how girls purposely, like, you know, go to the bathroom and put water on their mascara and make it look patchy and walk out of their house looking sad, get strategic paparazzi photos. Because then everybody starts talking. You just feed the beast. You feed the beast that is the sheeple. And they'll do all the work for you. And then while we're all here arguing in the comments about trying to take sides, trying to take her side, trying to take his side, you're trying to cancel her for this, or you're trying to find that and whatever, and your broke self, your broke slavery self who's enslaved to this world, they're getting rich, all of them. The agency, the influencers, all of them, the paparazzi. And then, we think that, oh, we're going to cancel so-and-so because that was distasteful. Distasteful where? She, if anything, had the most genuine, I would say more of a genuine response, more of a genuine person than a lot of the others. Because at least she's not pretending. And I've seen a lot of her content. She's quite clear and open about the fact that she, you know, has a lot of stuff, like, and she's got a good amount of money and she's got a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? She's not trying to do the fake humility thing as much as people say. People are like, she's so out of touch. She doesn't realize that, like, it's not just this, it's not just that. It's like, no, you guys are the ones who are out of touch. You're out of touch with yourself and you're out of touch with reality. You're out of touch with reality. You are out of touch with reality because you really think that you're going to get upset at them when we're the ones who platform them. This is why I don't draw attention to people I don't want to support. This is why I watch the Sidemen videos, because I'm happy to support them. I'm happy to put money into their pockets because they add value to my life. They add a lot of value to my life, actually. I've watched their videos when I'm having period pains and I feel like I want to throw myself out the window. And I can actually laugh for 2 hours straight, 3 hours straight. And just nonsense and watching grown men just doing silly things. And it's hilarious. That's why I draw my attention there, because I'm happy to know if I have to look at how I've spent my power, I'm comfortable knowing that that's where it went. I'm comfortable with that. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to be bitter. I'm not whatever. If I don't like something they do, I'm not going to comment. I don't need to comment. I don't need to throw hatred. There's plenty of people whose stuff I don't like and I just move on. I just don't draw attention. Why am I going to draw more attention? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to be the result? People are like, Nikocado Avocado needs to get help. Half of you won't be watching the content if he wasn't how he is. You wouldn't be watching it. Well, if he now actually starts to lose weight and stuff, he'll get a little blip of everybody being interested, and then eventually no one will care anymore because a lot of people won't care anymore because his whole journey, a lot of people are there because they're enjoying laughing at him. And that's why I think the nature of humans is actually disgusting, because so much of society is built off of that. We love to laugh at others, like reality TV. People enjoy watching reality TV because people enjoy the pride of looking down upon somebody else and feeling better, because it makes you feel better about the state of your own life, and it makes you feel better to laugh at somebody else rather than address the sorry state of your own life. It makes you feel like you're better than somebody else. I don't need to feel better than nobody because I'm addressing the state of my life. I'm there with the Lord. I'm here in healing, deliverance. I'm doing all whatever the Lord is telling me to do. What do I need to learn? How do I need to change? How do I need to put my life in order? How do I need to get myself together? You know what I'm saying? I don't get mad at the rich people. I think, how do I invite wife? Why, if you can't beat them, join them. That's always been my ethos. If you can't beat them, join them. This is why I do a lot of the stuff that I do the way that I do them, because I'm like, why am I going to be crying about a system that I can actually just get to be a part of as well? I can actually opt off of it as well. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes people say things and it's very revealing about the hatred that they have in their heart, that they're just jealous. And that's what it is, realistically. A lot of people are just jealous. The sheeple are very jealous. But you're like jealous when, it's like Cain and Abel. You're being jealous about something you could actually do for yourself. Like, start your own channel. Start your own social media. Go for it. Who's stopping you? You go and upload 3 videos a day like Vic Star was for like 6 years. Go for it. And then see if it's really so, if they're really so lucky. I'm sick of hearing this word luck from people. Oh, so-and-so got lucky. So-and-so got lucky. No, they didn't. They worked hard. A lot of them worked really hard. And if they did get lucky, guess who gave them that luck? We did. Because we all decided to watch something. We all decided to watch something. Right? It was like this whole TikTok dance trend in Charli D'Amelio. Did Charli D'Amelio get lucky, or did just everybody pay attention to her? That's not luck. That's everybody individually, every single one individual person coming together and making a decision, each all together making the same decision. And that's why I'm like, if we're really that serious about all of our things we're upset about, or we're really that serious about our convictions, then we actually need to start with realizing how much our individual choices every single day as one person collectively coming together is what actually changes things. So yes, your little actions do matter. What you go and buy in the supermarket matters, because if another 100 people do it, then the supermarket can go, yep, we're making good stock on this, let's stock it more. And you come back, they stock it more, and they get richer, and they get richer, and they get richer. If everybody clicks on to watching a certain type of video, a certain type of person's video, and we're all there, and we're all there, and we're all there, it's building, it's building. Now it's attractive. People want to send sponsors. Of course sponsors want to sponsor people. I was thinking literally today, or was it yesterday? Maybe yesterday. I was thinking about how I was watching this girl. She got invited to for her wedding. She was wedding preparation. She went wedding dress shopping, and I was thinking about how the wedding dress place that she went, they really spoiled her. Like she was able to select all the ones she wanted to try on. They gave her a private room. They had her like an afternoon tea for her and the guests that she came with. There was champagne. They told her she could take one of the dresses if she wants. They left her with all this free stuff. When she left, they gave her everything you can imagine with the word bride on it, from slippers to mirrors to bags to this to that, right? And all of this. And it was a very nice process, right? They sponsored one of her Instagram videos or something. And I thought, you know what? I don't know how I feel about that. As in, like, I'm happy for her because it was beautiful. It was lovely. It was a lovely, lovely occasion. Even I was like, you know, welling up with the whole situation. But I was thinking, we're all just pawns in other people's games, and we just allow it because that company is only doing that because why? Because of her platform. Because people like me are going to see it and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to go and get a dress from there. So my question was, in my mind, I was thinking, do they actually care, or are they just doing this because the public is watching? And so when us, the public, then go to that business, we're like, oh, because they looked after our favorite influencers so well. Did they look after our favorite influencers so well so they actually care, or do they just know how to pander to us to get us to hook us in? Because actually that's genius. She, the influencer, gets all this stuff, so she's benefiting. The company gets all this good reputation, all this attention. So it's basically literally paying for advertising. And then we, the people, are like, where did you get this? Where did you do that? And then we invest, us who are the greater population. That's what we do, isn't it? When the girlies do all the little fashion hauls, that's why, like, all these brands, they know what they need to do. They know what they need to do. They send these guys the clothes because they know that as soon as they get the clothes, even though they are rich enough to get all this stuff for themselves and you are not, you're not useful for them to send the stuff to. So they get the celebrities and the influencers to wear the stuff. So then you buy it with your broke self while you're complaining about eggs, the price of eggs. Like, you can't grow chickens in your own freaking garden. Chickens lay eggs every day. Hello. But you complain about the cost of eggs, but you'll be buying the outfit that you saw an influencer wearing that they didn't even pay for, that the company only gave to them in the first place to get you to buy. Isn't that crazy? In these massive companies that, again, like more than likely, some of us somewhere are working in all these companies, because where are they going to get a mass workforce? The average individual person. The power is with the sheeple, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move away from the delusional thinking. Let's start realizing that every single decision that we make every day is what creates the collective impact of those of us, the people. That's all I got to say. If life's a game, Let's play to win. God loves you all. I love you all. And I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.